Hello and welcome back to the channel. So I've just had a load more new stock come in, so I thought I'd make a little video today just showing you how I actually process for it all before it goes on eBay. I don't think I've made a video like this before, so I thought I'd pick up a camera, take you along with me, so let's get into it. Okay, so I've just had a load more stock come in today. I've got some really nice bits here. I'm not going to go through everything individually like I've done in previous videos, but what I will do is just briefly show you it while I've got it out. So we've got a nice vintage board game there. We got a load of PS2 games, some really nice ones in there. They're all in very good condition as well, so I will probably end up keeping a few of them. Got a few Blu-rays, a couple of box sets. We got a couple of Lego sets, some Nike trainers, got some Pokemon cards there, 360 games, Xbox One games, Switch, DS, Wii, PS3. Got some PS1 disc-only games here, including Crash Bandicoot. Some more Pokemon cards. Got a PS3 console here, which I just broke because I dropped it. Fantastic. Got some vintage planes here, some really nice ones in there. Got a brand new computer mouse in the box. I've got these things here, and I don't know what they are, but they're all brand new and sealed, and they're from, I think, 2005. Hopefully there's a bit of money in those. Got a load of vintage cards here, some quite nice ones in there. A couple of vintage Scalextrics. Got this little thing here, I thought that was a Game & Watch, but it's just a modern remake. Also got some vintage 1970s toy soldiers. Don't know if there's any money in them. A few little Skylander bits there. We got an Xbox One guitar thing in the box. And then we've also got a load of Match Attack football cards. No idea if there's any money in them either, but they're all in good condition. So yeah, pretty pleased with that. I paid very little for all this, so there should be some really nice profit here. I've also had this come in the post today. This has come from a subscriber. He sent me a message saying that he had a load of stuff sitting in his loft for ages, and he said that I could have it for free. I did offer him some money for it, but he said, nah, that's all right, you can just have it, which is very, very kind of him. He said he wants to remain anonymous, but massive shout out to you, mate, if you're watching. So let's have a look and see what we got in here. Oh, wow. SingStar. Gears of War, loads of games in here. Batman, Sims, Max Payne, Call of Duty, Minecraft, nice. Simpsons game, another Minecraft. Oh nice, we've got Hit and Run on the GameCube, a bit broken but decent. Saints Row, Harry Potter, PS1 game, Batman, Sims, Kingdom Hearts, Sims, a PS1 controller, a blue PS1 controller, nice. Got a red PS controller, official one as well, that's decent. Another PS2, hopefully they work because I do need one of them. I've got loads of PS2 consoles with no controllers. Got a Duke controller for the original Xbox. Harry Potter, that's a good one. Another Harry Potter, Alien, SingStar, Just Dance, Skylanders, that's decent. I can put them with the Skylander bits I got earlier. Got a load of cables for an Xbox. Got a dance mat there, I think. Oh wow. We got a 360, which is in very good condition. Nice. Got a PS2, which is also in pretty good condition. Memory card, 360 controller. A few more games. Dirt 3, that's a good one. And then some free bubble wrap and a nice strong box. Well, I can't believe all that. That's very, very kind of you. He did say he wants to remain anonymous, so I won't say his name, but massive, massive shout out to you. Okay, so out of all the new games that I've just had come in, I'm now going to scan them all with CEX to see if there's anything there worth listing individually. Anything that's worth £5 or more, I'm going to take them out the case, put them onto one of these disc spindles that I bought, and then throughout the day while I'm doing other bits, I can be feeding them in and out of the machine, just have that running in the background, and that can be doing its job while I work on other stuff. So I'm going to have a look through them now and see if there's anything worth listing individually. Okay, that took me a little while, but I finally finished sorting through all those games. This pile is all the ones that are worth listing individually. So they're all on the spindle now, ready to go in the machine. I've got a couple of GameCube games there which need doing, but I don't have an adapter yet for my machine, so I can't do those just yet. This pile is all just empty cases or discs that were in the wrong cases, so I'll put them to the side and I can use all those for spares. There was a couple of Blu-rays in there which are worth listing individually. I think they're like £5 or £10 each. Those two box sets I can sell together for about £30. And then the rest of that was all just fodder games that aren't worth listing individually. But what I've done is I've made a few little bundle piles that are worth listing. So hopefully each one of these piles I should get at least £10 each for. I've done a Need for Speed bundle, Spider-Man bundle, Sims bundle, James Bond, SingStar, Burnout, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, Call of Duty, Saints Row. I managed to get 3 Lego Star Wars bundles and then a Buzz bundle as well. I did also put this one together, which is a bundle of Disney games. So they're all Disney related. I'll advertise that as like Disney kids games. Should hopefully get maybe £15 or £20 for that. And then the rest of that will just go back on the shelf, and then when I get more games come in, I can hopefully make some more bundles out of them. There were some bundles here that I tried to put together, but there's not quite enough of them to be worth selling. So when I get a few more FIFAs, I can do a big FIFA bundle, I can do a big Assassin's Creed bundle, stuff like that. But with that done, I can now whack the machine on. That can all be getting done in the background, and now I can crack on with something else. Okay, I've got so much stuff here, I don't quite know where to start. Got those cars in there. Those are nice and easy to do. Let's start with them. I absolutely love selling these vintage cars, and I'll tell you why. You literally never know what you're going to get. So I just pulled that one out, literally the first car that I pulled out. Just done some research on it. Look at that. It's not a bad start. So this is the second one I pulled out. That is a vintage Dinky Toys Mini Miner. And I've just looked that one up. Lovely. I just pulled another one out. That one is a 1940s or 50s Dinky Toy. And I should be able to get about 50 quid for that one. And then the rest of those ones are worth between £5 to £15 each. I only list these if they're worth over £5. These ones aren't worth a lot at all, so I'll either take those to the car boot sale and get £1 each, or I'll save up a bundle and then sell them in a bundle. I don't know what these things are, but they were just randomly at the bottom of that bag. And I took one look at these and thought, yeah, I'll probably just take those to the car boot. They're probably not worth anything, but you should always look everything up. And I'm glad I looked these up, because that one found a sold there for £40. That one found a sold there for 30. And then those two, there's one there for 12 and one there for 15. So if you ever see any of these about, I'd pick them up. I don't know what they are or what they do, or what they're for, but they're called Anki cars. So yeah, be on the lookout. Right, so let's get the machine on the go. I've got this copy of Skylanders here. It's not really worth anything, but because I got that little Skylander bundle earlier, I'm going to put this game with it. But that disc is very, very scratched. So let me stick that in and see if we can rescue it. And there we go. Good as new. One thing I've learned since I started reselling is that these vintage Scalextric cars are almost always worth at least a tenner each, as long as they've got all the wheels and they're in pretty good condition. Some of them can even go for 20, 30, 40 pounds each, depending on which one you've got. But because I get quite a lot of these now from one of my contacts, I've actually bought a little bit of Scalextric track. And all you need is the bit with the motor on it, the plug, and a controller. And now I can test them. So I know that that one works. See if that one works. Okay, so that one's not working, but I'll probably still get at least a £5 for that. But yeah, the best thing about this is you don't have to set up a whole race course or anything. You literally just need 2 bits of track and then the bit with the motor on it and 1 controller, and that's all you need. Apologies if the machine in the background is really noisy, but I need to have it on. Thought I'd just show you these vintage planes. Now, if you ever see these at car boot sales, which you often do, I'd highly recommend picking them up. The main one you'll probably find is these ones, and those are called number 4s. And you get the same number on any brand really, but the main 2 brands you want to look out for is Stanley and Record. Those are like real solid brands. But yeah, these number 4s, they normally sell for about £15 in that sort of condition. They can go for 20, 25 in better condition, but the main ones you want to look out for is these big long ones. So if you just compare that to the other one, how much longer it is, they're the best ones to pick up really if you can get them cheap enough. So that one is a Record number 5.5. The number is always written on the front there somewhere, and that one, even in that condition, I can sell for about £50. They can even go for 80 to 100 if they're in really good condition. This one is called a rebate plane. That is a really lovely, well-made bit of kit, that is. I've never seen that brand before, but I've just looked that one up on eBay and I should be able to get about £60 for that one. And then these ones, you'll see a lot of them as well at car boots. That's called a block plane. Again, that's a Record block plane. That one's worth about £10, but some of them can be worth some good money as well, maybe like 20, 25, again, depending on which one it is and what condition it's in. And you can also sell the individual parts. So I just found that in the bag, and that is just a front piece off of one of those. And I can sell that on its own for about £7 or £8 plus postage, and that'll go as a large letter as well. So yeah, if you ever see any vintage planes like this made by Stanley or Record, I would recommend picking them up. This video is sponsored by eProfit. I just went and picked up an absolute score from Facebook Marketplace, so I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to show you how eProfit works. eProfit allows you to work out exactly how much profit you're making on items in a matter of seconds. I've been using the app for a couple of weeks now, and it's a really handy tool to have for any eBay reseller. I just paid £230 for all this Nintendo stuff on Facebook Marketplace, but before I decided to go and buy it, I was able to instantly work out exactly how much profit I can make on all this before I bought it. So all you have to do is type in the item cost. So I paid $230, then you type in the amount that you can sell it for. So I've worked out I can sell all of this for about £550. You then add your shipping costs, so I'm going to say about £50 in total for all this together. You can also add your promoted listing percentage. I do mine by 2%, and then you can also adjust the amount of tax that you have to pay, whether you're VAT registered or not. So I'm not VAT registered, so I'll put 20% in there. And just like that, it tells me exactly how much profit can be made after all the fees, all the postage, and all the tax is deducted. So that comes to £224.76. So before I even went to buy this, I was able to figure out in a matter of seconds that I can pretty much double my money after all my fees. Since I started using the app, I found myself using it all the time now. It's so handy to have when you're out and about sourcing items. Sometimes the profit margins can be quite tight and you're unsure whether you should actually buy it or not, because by the time you deduct all your fees and everything, it might not be worth doing. But with this app, literally in a matter of seconds, I can work out whether it's worth buying or not. You can also use this app to track all of your expenses. So I'm going to add this N64 as an expense. So I'm going to type N64 bundle in there, type in the amount that I paid, 230. You choose your category, so whether it's office supplies or goods for resale, whatever it is, and then you put your date in, add expense, and then it just keeps a record of everything that you're buying and all your expenses. You can also link your eBay account as well, and then it'll automatically show you all the sales that you've made, and it will show you exactly how much profit you've made on each item after fees. eProfit is free to download, and you can use the fee calculator anytime you like for free as well. If you feel like you want to elevate your business, you can try the advanced features with a 7-day free trial, which can be cancelled at any time if you feel it's not for you. So if you want to give eProfit a try, I do highly recommend it, and the link will be down in the description. I just pulled this bag out from the back of my shelf. and this has been sat there for probably 4 or 5 months. And this is a full bag of random sort of TV, DVD and stereo remotes. I used to get these off of one of my contacts because he can get me absolutely hundreds of these. The reason I wanted them in the first place is because I know that some of these can be worth some good money. If you get like a vintage stereo player or DVD player or whatever, the remotes are often missing, and I know some of them can go for like really good money if it's like a rare system. So I thought if I ask him to get me all these, there's bound to be some decent ones in there. And even like the generic ones sell for like £5 to £10 if they're working. But yeah, that has been sat in my death pile for ages because I just don't have the time to sort through them and clean them and test them. To be honest, I wouldn't even know how to test these. I ended up just saying to him, yeah, don't bother getting me them anymore. But I've just checked on eBay and I've realised that people are selling these in job lots as untested, and they're going for some good money. So I think I'm going to ask the guy to start getting me these again. And he said he can get me a bag like that every week. I don't know how many's in there, but it's probably at least 100. And I think they're working out about £1 each, spares, repairs or untested. So I'm going to list that today as a big job lot and see how it goes. I just had a text come through from my box contact at Juicens. She's got a load more free boxes and void fill for me, so I'm going to go pick all that up now. That is actually ridiculous. So I managed to get all them boxes in under there, but I seriously don't know where I'm going to put all that. I need a bigger shed. Okay, so I've managed to process a pretty decent amount of stuff today. Everything you see in this area has all been cleaned and tested. These games have all been repaired, they're all ready to go. These trainers are stuck through the washing machine. They've come out like new. I've got those remotes down there as well. I'm going to be putting them on today. But before I go, I just wanted to show you one last little trick on how I do my photographing and listing. Okay, so this is how I photograph all my vintage cars. I basically sit my phone down on the top here like that, and then I'll get a photo of every angle of the car. I'll keep my phone in the same place, so I'll get a diagonal angle, then I'll get a side shot, then I'll move it, get another diagonal there, I'll get one from the back, another diagonal, another side view, one more diagonal, one from the front, then I get a picture of the bottom, one of the top. And this is the trick I wanted to show you. So when I started doing reselling, I didn't do this, but I've actually started cropping all of my images because there's too much background in the photos when I first take them. So I just go through them like this and just crop the sides out. And the reason I'm doing that is if you look at how small that car looks in that photo, that's how it's going to show up on your eBay listing. So if you remove the unnecessary background from the sides, look how much bigger that's made the image, and that is how it's going to look on the listing. And you especially want to do this on your first image, which is the one that will show up in the search results, because it just makes the picture of the actual item a lot bigger and a lot clearer. If you don't crop your images like this, and it's a small item like this, then it will show up really small when people are searching for it. So I just go through and crop every image, makes it a lot bigger, a lot clearer. You don't need to have unnecessary amounts of background in your photos. Now there's two ways to do this. So this is how I do it on my phone. And there's another way to do it, which I'll show you now. So once you've uploaded your photos onto eBay, if you just click edit, and then you click on that one there, and that allows you to crop the image inside of eBay. I find it's a lot quicker to do on my phone, so that's how I do it, but you can do it this way if you like. Now I've made two listings here. I've got one without cropping the images, and I've made one with cropping the images, and what I'm going to do is just list both of these as a test, just to show you the difference it makes when you're actually searching for items on eBay. And that is what it looks like in the search results. As you can see, the one on the right is a lot bigger, a lot clearer. If you're selling small items like this, or even smaller items, when people are scrolling through the search results, a lot of people are just going to scroll past that one. Whereas this one, you can see exactly what it is. You know what you're buying, you know what it looks like before you've even clicked on the listing. Now, in theory, if you did want to save a bit of time, you could just do this on the first image. So that's what you get in the search results, because when you click on this listing, you obviously do still have the zoom feature like that. But if we go back to the other one, when you zoom in on that one, it zooms in even more. So you see every little detail of the item. Now on my vintage cars in particular, because I've got all of these very clear, very zoomed in images from every single angle, I don't even need to put a description. Instead of having a description, I just write the condition is as seen in the pictures, because with these cars, some of them might have wheels missing, some of them might have a bit of damage here and there. But for me to individually describe every car, it would take me a long time. So by having all these zoomed in clear pictures, I can literally just write that, and then the buyer can see exactly what they're getting from every angle. There's no surprises when they receive the item. I've never had a single complaint from any of these cars because of these pictures. They know exactly what they're buying before they buy it. I now crop the images on everything I sell on my store, and as you can see, the actual item is dead in the center. There's no unnecessary background. It's as large as it can be in the search results. It really stands out compared to other listings that aren't doing this. I do add descriptions to all of my other items, but the only reason I don't do it on the cars is because I sell so many of them, and I find it's a bit unnecessary to put a description when you do have all of those clear images from every single angle. So I'm going to end the video there. Make sure to check out eProfit. The link will be down in the description. Please like and subscribe as well if you haven't already. And as always, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.